Hello, everyone. Welcome to STFU, Sports Talk for You. Anyway, I'm joined by Aaron, Armand, I'm Adam. We're the AAAs. Thank you for being here with us. Guys, what was your thoughts on the Wichita State loss to Memphis yesterday?
Ouch.
Frustrating.
Frustrating?
Yeah, you know.
All they got to do is make shots.
Right.
Their defense is legit.
Mm-hmm.
They shut SMU. They shut Memphis down. They just got to make shots. When you shoot 31%, you're not going to win games.
Also, Memphis is
True.
one of the top defensive teams in the Americas.
That
So going in, you're going to be a
picked.
defensive battle.
I mean, hell, the over-under was 137. That was picked to be a defensive battle yesterday.
Right.
And it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Neither team could make a shot, and then Memphis finally got hot towards the end. That's what blew the game open.
Yep.
I knew it was going to be the first team that got hot was going to win. And
But, they held their own, I
Yes.
thought. Maybe a defensive play here and there. I thought Memphis shot it well from three-point range.
and your Wildcats finally got a road win. 20-point road win. The halftime was a struggle.
Yeah,
But-
they were down 2, and it was at home,
Yes.
if you can believe that one.
Hold on it. Oh, that was right.
That's
Anyway, and Nico
forced foul.
Mannion, our redheaded point guard, actually looked like a point guard for the first time in I don't know how many games. But I was real happy with it because Washington State, even though they're like 15-15, they upset Arizona State, Oregon. I mean, they got one win over Oregon, and we can't even get one win over Oregon.
Yeah.
That really ticks me off. And
The
they played
duck must die again.
Exactly. Such
Damn
truer
duck.
words, I promise you. I love that phrase. The duck must die. The problem is it hasn't, and it really just irritates me. Anyway,
Yes.
but I was real happy with my team yesterday. They shot it well from the three-point line, and the big boys dominated. I actually liked what Miller was doing, playing 2 7-footers at the same time. So, anyway,
Sometimes you gotta just do that.
You just-
know?
you
Use
just
that
got to.
height the
Oh,
advantage.
I mean-
can I say Wichita State would have won if they made free throws?
yes.
45%'s not going to win games.
Ouch.
Yeah.
45% free throw
See,
percentage.
that's just like Arizona
You
against
lose by
Oregon.
8, you miss 9 free throws.
Exactly.
That tells you right there.
Yeah, you hit 50% at home in free throws. You lose to a duck by 1. Yeah, free throws are a big part of it all. So,
Right.
Jerry Palm now is Wichita State first 4 out.
Uh-huh.
anyway,
And the same thing as
And
Lenardi. And this is updated as of today.
right.
So, and the thing is, I knew the Wichita State Shockers were not going to win both these road games.
No.
Right.
I think Sunday's a must win. All the pundits say if they go 3-1, which is realistic, they still had a shot of making it. But with all the upsets and
Texas and
all that stuff, it's tough. Sunday they got to win. They have
to win at least one. At least one.
I think it had to be more than one.
or
I think
even
they,
2 to have a shot at an at-large.
I think they may have to make the semifinal of that tournament,
Yeah.
or even maybe the championship game.
I feel if there's 1 or 2 upsets in the other conferences outside of the American, such as if Stanford loses on Saturday and
Arizona State.
well, they're
UCLA
kinda,
needs to lose. 'cause
UCLA
they're on the last
needs to
4
lose.
buys.
Right.
Texas needs to get beat in the Big 12.
Okay, that's another
If
thing.
Texas gets beat this weekend and gets beat first round in Big 12,
Don't they
I think
still
they're
have a
out.
losing record?
No, they're 18-11.
18-11. Okay. Yeah.
Well, we can check
yeah.
their conference record, which is I think probably around 500.
Yeah.
Right. But did they have any real big wins? I mean, during
they beat
non-conference?
West Virginia. No, they got killed by West Virginia.
Yeah, I am not. That whole Texas thing, I'm just not a fan of Texas right now. And do you think Shaka Smart should get fired if he doesn't make the NCAA
If he
tournament?
makes if he doesn't make the tournament, yes, I believe he should go because
He's overrated.
Yes.
Yeah,
Great
he-
at VCU, but since he's moved on to the big boys, it's been a struggle.
right.
and I think that right there is why Greg Marshall does not want to leave Wichita State. Because if you go to big school and you don't win after 2 or 3 years,
Yeah.
you're on the hot seat.
Okay.
But you know what? Hey, after this loss with Greg Marshall, don't worry, Shocker fans, I got you. Hashtag
fired.
still fire Greg.
Hail to the no.
Oh, and can I say, Wichita State does not have a bad loss this year.
No.
Temple was not a bad loss. That was a quad 2 loss.
No.
Texas got beat by 30 at Iowa State this year.
Ooh.
Ouchie.
That's a bad loss.
Ouch.
Yeah. That's worse than Arizona
We're on the
losing to
first
Oregon
4
State
out. We
by
don't have a
17.
bad loss. Texas has a terrible loss to Iowa
which-
State, and they're on the last 4 bye.
Yeah, that
Wichita
doesn't
State's
make
non-conference
sense.
schedule was tough this year. It was very tough.
Yeah.
And you look at the standings of the Big 12, it's KU, Baylor, and the rest. Texas is third with a 9-8 conference record.
Texas Tech 9-8,
Yeah.
Oklahoma
No.
8-9, and yet
Yeah.
West Virginia is 8-9,
Yes.
and they're still going to get in.
Yeah, that makes no sense
No.
to me.
If you have a losing record in conference, you should
Mm-hmm.
not be able to get into the tournament.
Honestly, I think there should be 3 to 4 teams from the Big 12 in there. I honestly do not believe the Big 10 should have 12 teams in there. That was ridiculous. The Pac-12, not 7 teams like I saw last time. It at most, and this is holding by a
7
thread, would be
teams.
6.
Yeah,
look,
Lombardi has
I just
7 teams
you know,
out of the Pac-10.
The
Pac-12.
thing is, you get to conference play, you lose games because teams know your style of play.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Non-conference, they
right.
don't know your style of play.
And it's a eat your own type of conference.
Right.
The only conference to me that does not really have an eat your own is the ACC.
Yeah.
Because you got the top 5 up there, and maybe one of those teams gets upset during the year, but they're mainly consistent 1
Right.
through 5. I don't see the ACC getting more than 5 teams in, but realistically,
They should have 4 teams.
Yeah, but
Wichita
ESPN
State-
loves them, so they'll get 7.
Wichita State is rooting for a lot of teams this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
San Diego State has to win their conference tournament,
Right,
or else that's going to knock a bubble team off if another team wins it.
right, and I don't see them
BYU,
losing.
Gonzaga, or St. Mary's has to win the West Coast Conference, which one of those 3 will.
Yeah, they will,
that
because the
conference is
other
terrible.
they're trash. Yeah,
And then I believe Mountain West is San Diego. There's Liberty. Liberty almost
Liberty
lost.
Mutual?
Yeah.
Liberty.
Liberty almost
Mutual?
lost.
Liberty
yesterday.
Bibbity.
Wichita
Liberty.
State
Caught-
needs Liberty to win that conference tournament.
Coached
Okay.
by Doug and Emu Lehman.
Because right now Liberty is an at-large team, and if they get beat, that's going to just knock another bubble team off.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing Wichita State needs to do. They need to take care of their own business.
Exactly.
Yes.
They need to take their own business first.
Now,
Yeah.
last year,
Yeah.
Wichita State went to the tournament. People thought, oh, they're going to get killed first game. What'd they do? Semifinal. Was 1 shot away, 1 foul call from Jerron Cumberland away
Yeah.
from getting to the championship
that was the
game
year.
against Houston.
Wasn't that the year that 3 years later the NCAA is like, Louisville cheated. Rick Pitino cheated. Anyway, sorry to bring that up.
Well, here's the thing that we discussed about before we were on air. How about expanding the tournament?
Yeah.
A few years ago, they expanded from 64 to 68, and there was, one of the proposals was to expand to 96 teams. You have over 355 Division I teams in the NCAA. You're going to have to accommodate that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I remember when this tournament was 32 teams, and it went to 64.
Right.
Then it went to 65, then 68.
And they can easily do that because the playing games,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
they could easily do a playing game for each region.
Absolutely.
And there's
Now,
your
here's my thing.
8
If you did
teams.
96, would you start the season earlier and end it late February?
No, I think
No.
you can still do the season the way you can. You can still compress those games in March. If you go into April, you go into April. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, college baseball goes till June.
Exactly.
That's
True.
Cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, don't they just keep adding D1 schools?
Yes,
Exactly.
Dixie
So-
State and Merrimack were the new schools this
Right.
year. I haven't heard anything about Dixie State, though. I don't know if that's next year. Because I thought I would have heard something about it this year. I know
How many D1 schools are there
there's like 354, I believe.
How
now?
many
Yes.
D1
Which
schools?
was how many prior to that? You know?
351,
So,
I believe.
yeah, so
You
they
can always
keep
count on
adding.
Google. 347.
Okay,
Okay.
I was wrong. I was 7 off.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
347.
What was it previous to the
To
additions?
this year, it was 344 because 3 new teams
Okay.
became D1.
So
Right.
the more that they keep adding each year,
You're
then
going to
I
have to
feel like
add,
they
yes.
need to add to the NCAA tournament. And you know what? It's also a win-win because it'll bring in more teams and this whole bubble talk, I think, would go away. But more importantly, it gives the NCAA the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're all about the money.
Yeah,
Right,
Dixie
exactly.
State to the whack. That's right.
That's whack.
Yep.
Whack.
So, and I think having 8 more teams for the playing games,
Right.
would definitely
Now,
be a
here's
good
the question
addition.
of the day. Somebody tweeted this as a poll last night. As a fan,
Mm-hmm.
a young team like Wichita State or a young team like Memphis, would you rather them get into the tournament, March Madness, get beat by 15 first round, or would you rather win the NIT championship with that young team?
NCAA
I'll
tournament
take it.
because you need stepping stones. Last year, didn't Wichita State
But
make the NIT?
look at Wichita
Yes.
State in
So,
2011.
That's
Won the
true.
NIT championship.
Mm-hmm.
The next year got to the tournament, and the year after that went to the Final Four.
Right. But I like the stepping blocks to a young team because you then see the improvement.
I mean, last year
That's
kind
just
of
me.
was a stepping block because
Right.
a young team went to the Final Four.
And no
the
offense,
I-
I just look at the NIT as the nobody's interested tournament. Sorry, that's just me.
For me, it's the NCAA tournament. That's the end goal at every season.
yes.
We don't strive for, hey, we're going to make that NIT.
NIT.
Right.
No, you don't. The only time we watch the NIT is if our teams are in it.
Right.
If Wichita State's in it, I'll watch the NIT.
The only joy
Right.
about the NIT
Well, that's about
is
it.
you have a chance to play in Madison Square.
That's true.
That's about it.
Right.
And I guess your fans get more home games if you're the 1 seed.
That's true. But for me, it's all about NCAA.
Mm-hmm.
And I think also, too, the NIT somewhat at the end of the year got ruined when they brought in, what was the other tournament?
The CBI,
Yeah,
now you have
CIT.
CT, CIT.
See,
Why would
this
you
is
wanna
just
play in
ridiculous.
those?
Yeah.
I know, exactly.
That's just like college football going
Toilet
with
bowl.
Yeah, well,
the,
that'll be next.
the
next
RL
year.
Carriers New Orleans
Red
Bowl.
Box. Red
Red
Box
Box
Bowl.
Bowl.
Red Box Bowl.
The Pinstripe Bowl. I'm just like, where do you guys come up with all this stuff?
Too many
But-
bowl games, which is another
Exactly,
video in
but
itself.
exactly.
Yeah, if they can have all those bowl games, why can't they expand the field to 96?
No joke.
I mean, come on.
Hey, at least go in the 80s. Try it. Why not? They
be
keep
honest-
adding more teams to D1, so it's like you got to add a few
Yes.
more to the NCAA tournament.
Here's what
And
I think should
revenue.
happen.
Revenue.
Exactly.
Here's what I think should happen. If they do that,
Mm-hmm.
teams that win the regular season conference title should be automatic qualifiers.
Oh, absolutely. These should be automatic
And then-
qualifiers no matter
Right.
They
what.
should be
Right.
automatic qualifiers,
Mm-hmm.
and then if somebody else wins the conference tournament, automatic qualifier.
Right.
Yeah.
There should be at least 2 automatic qualifiers.
Yeah, and you're rewarding the champions.
because it's not fair to a team like Missouri State.
Right.
What was it?
2011. It was the year that we
won
won the
the
19.
Valley
Mm-hmm.
at 24-7 or 25-6, I believe, and then Wichita State beats them in the tournament, and Missouri State gets hosed. And then what do? They fire Barry Hansen.
Yeah, that's just
Yes.
crazy.
Missouri State had RPI of like 20-something that year.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they were
They
looking
would have
at the
done
RPI.
damage. They would have done damage in that NCAA tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
I
I
mean-
sometimes I just don't get their whole matrix system. I mean,
Well, now
I
they
really
got this
don't.
net ranking, and they're wanting
Right.
to say that some of these teams are on the bubble when their net rankings are in the top.
Yeah,
30.
and
it's
to
like,
me,
isn't net ranking supposed to be part of that?
right? And
seeding.
They're
showed
going
up.
by the net rankings to seed and field the team.
Right, and
If
you
you're
guys
in-
were in the 40s.
Yes, if you're in the 40s,
And
it's
there's
68
68 teams, then you should. Well, in my
thing
opinion,
is,
you should
if
be
you're
off the
going
bubble.
by net rankings, top 68 net rankings automatically in.
Exactly, and that's how it should
Absolutely.
Just
be.
saying.
I'm sorry, but even if the big name schools are not in the top
Too bad.
68, too
You
bad.
get
That's
too
their
bad.
fault.
You're
That's
supposed to.
their
It's your
fault.
fault.
Start scheduling better. Do something. Actually, maybe win games. I don't know.
The only thing that's going to hurt Wichita State is their 2-7 in quad 1 games.
Yeah.
The only thing that's going to help them, no bad losses. They're undefeated in quad 3
Right,
and
but you
quad
do
4
well in
games.
quad 2.
Yeah, we're like 8-2 in quad 2.
See, that's
Right,
what
yeah.
Arizona is, but somehow we're always in like the top 30, which I don't understand. That's
a Power
another.
5 school, that's the problem.
My thing
Right.
is, Wichita State.
I mean, they had a good schedule.
Wichita State
It's-
had
Right.
votes for
They
top
just couldn't
25 this
finish.
week.
Yeah,
I believe if you have votes, and if they go 1-1
exactly.
this week,
Then you should not be on a bubble. That's so just weird to me.
Expand the field, you wouldn't have this issue.
Exactly.
You'll still
Right.
have your drama, but you wouldn't have teams that are honestly ranked in the high top 25 getting hosed. That has happened a few times. It has happened.
Wichita State volleyball.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yes.
What was it, 24th that year?
They're ranked 24th in the nation, going into their conference tournament in Missouri Valley. I think lost an early game, did not get in, and they were a ranked team.
That makes no sense.
It makes no sense. It doesn't make no sense. And I think they had 3 or 4 losses the entire year.
That's like college baseball. You make a number 6 team in the nation a 2 seed. In the regionals. All right.
Yeah.
Heck, I remember one year in college baseball, Houston was 30-29 and got to host a regional because it was the schedule.
Oh.
They had a tough schedule.
Yeah. Whatever. Anyway.
All right. Well, that was I wanted to get all that off my chest.
I did too.
Tired of these Power 5 conference schools with 500 records in their conference getting into the tournament. So
There's a lot of them too.
Right.
I wanted to rant about that and prove our points.
Right.
So,
well, I just want to give a shout out to Washington Huskies, last place team in
Arizona State, 3-13,
beating ASU. Yeah, the Sun Devils, Satan's team. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
You play to win the game. Herm Edwards was saying
Good
that
thing
last
Bobby
night.
Hurley is not having that motto. You know, but yeah, and then Oregon State, the Beeve beating down the Stanford Tree.
Yes.
Which is so funny to me because they're a Stanford Cardinal, right? Yet their mascot is a maple tree. So wouldn't you be called the Stanford Trees or Maple Tree or Redwood Tree? Redwood Tree. You know,
Maybe they have the cardinal in the tree.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just stupid. It looks like a Christmas tree. And I'm just like, whatever.
It's always been a creepy ass
mascot
yeah.
in every conference.
Right.
Every conference.
Even the Woo Shock has a
got a big Pinocchio in there.
Yeah.
You got potential. You
got
got potential. You got potential.
Oh no!
All right.
Pinocchio.
That's gonna wrap it up for this show.
Sponsored by Geico.
Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. We'll have more shows coming up in the future. Next week we'll probably stay with March Madness and maybe get into a little bit of the NFL and the CBA agreements and what all's going on there.
And I just got to make one note. I think it's funny. The Spurs, San Antonio Spurs, win one game without Greg Popovich and Tim Duncan was there. And guess what?
Oh.
They're like, he needs to replace Greg Popovich. And I'm just like, come on, man. It's just funny to me. He wins one coaching game. And all of a sudden, put him in the Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
Oh, go replace Greg. This doesn't work that way. Sorry. Yeah. So, anyway, thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe, like button. Talk to you later.
Peace.
Thank you.